Hello, my name is Nick. You're looking at a video about crypto market and Firstcoin development. We are Friday 27. It's 10 to 7 p.m. Central European Time. Okay, Bitcoin about the same as yesterday, 9,280, EOS up 11, Ethereum up 2.3, Bitcoin Cash down 1%, Ripple down 0.5%, Tron up nearly 5, Litecoin down 1.3, and Sia Coin up 7.2. We see that the market is going gradually up with some ups and downs, but it's still going up since the beginning of this month. When we look at the Bitcoin, which steers the market, of course, today we see that Bitcoin has been going from 8,800 up to 9,300, up to 9,300 and a bit. And we are around this 9,300 level. When we look at the 7-day chart, we see that compared to the video last, I think 2 or 3 days ago, we had this upward movement up to 9,700 from 8,800, 8,700, so $1,000 a movement up, which was probably something for some people to take some profit, which took the price right down to 8,700 again. But we see that the upward movement has resumed, and here you see also the volume, which is very interesting. You see that this volume is going down, so the upward movement kind of stops, volume takes increases, and then you see even a high volume with a lot of selling going on. But when we look at the 1 month chart, we see we were down 6,600, and you see there has been a gradual movement up, a steady movement up, with some hiccups like here. People are selling because the price went up quite fast. Then we see a slower, less steeper movement up, and again here we see a steep movement up, and then we see profit taking again, and we see the price resuming gradually climbing up. It seems that this was quite steep, this less steep, and which seems to continue to move up. Here we see it even better. We see this like a good support line here. Of course, the next level is about 10,000, but that's only a number, but still a psychological number. But when we look at the 6-month chart, we see that this number is not so important as it seems to be. Only here we had a bit of a, hiccup, but there's no serious resistance at 10,000. There's a much more serious resistance here at 11,500, 11,600. So we'll see how far this goes. We see the market cap being 412 billion. So that was also up from 390 billion about 2-3 days ago. So things are really moving up, and it all looks quite good and quite stable. One of the reasons, one of the things which I wanted to show you is this. We have mined 17 million Bitcoins. As you know, 21 is the total number which can be mined. And the last number, the last round million was in November, half a year ago. And this looks very good, so we have another 4 million to go. As this 4 million, it might take longer because the last coins are harder and harder to mine. On the other hand, more and more people get into it, more and more companies get into it, so more computer power is thrown at this, and we'll see. Bitcoin does remain a scarcity, is more and more looked at as a new kind of gold, more and more hedge funds and even big banks and other investment vehicles like big investment funds are getting into Bitcoin. And so in the long run, we can only expect this to go up. Up to where it goes, nobody knows. But here at the end of this article, it says that tycoon and Bitcoin bull Tim Draper declared that Bitcoin is not only bigger than internet, it's also bigger than Iron Age, Renaissance, and Industrial Revolution. Bit of a strange comparison, but anyway. Earlier in April, he predicted Bitcoin would be an eye-popping 250k per coin in 4 years. Well, we'll see. We'll probably have some upward movements and probably some dips to go for that. One of the things which made the coin go down earlier is this article. The MtGOx, which was the biggest Bitcoin exchange a while ago, and then the owner either stole or the exchange was hacked, whatever it was, and he has now the remaining coins have been taken by the authorities, and they are now sold to get the people who have lost their account to give them some of the money back, and they are now in the hands of a bank trustee, Mr. Kobayashi in Tokyo, and he says now he has moved the remaining 16,000 Bitcoins to separate wallets, probably as a security measure, but maybe also he will gradually sell these instead of all at once, and he says that he already sold 400 million worth of Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. That means there's still 140 million Bitcoin to go, and that makes people nervous. But now we see that out of the more than 600 million, most of it has already been sold. So even though it's 140 million still hanging above the market, which can make people nervous, because if this all of a sudden comes into the market, then if a rumor about this starts, then people start to sell, price goes down, more people sell, and then that's why one of the main reasons why this downward movement which we had happened. Of course, it's just profit taking as well, and all kind of developments, like exchanges having difficulties being hacked and so on and so on. So everything came together, but we moved past that, out of that downward trend and going back up. So this looks quite very good, and the risk of this remaining 16,000 Bitcoin is way less than it was, than the big amount. So it all looks good from here, and I wanted to show you that this remaining MtGOx amount of Bitcoin is less of a risk than it was. When we go back to the market and we look at Firstcoin, then we see less of development, but also something interesting. When we look at today, we were down 4.5, we went up to 5.5, 5.7, and now we're around 5.4. When we look at the 7-day chart, then we see we were down at 4.3, 4.2. And the other day I said there was a support level at 6 cents. Well, it clearly dropped to the 6 cent level, and the other support level was 5. Well, if we look at the 1 month chart, then we see that the support was actually around 4 cents, where it also went down to. So we could say again that it kind of retested its lowest level, about 4.2, 4.3, 4.4 cents. And if that is so, if it stays, if it doesn't go below that, it could be a little bit of a positive thing, in the sense that it remains at this level and that it finds its support. And you can see when we look at the volume, here it's easier to see at the 7-day chart. You see that here just, the volume falls away and then the price falls away. Here you see volume falls away and price falls away. So, and here then a bit extra volume comes in. This is selling, and then obviously some people think, okay, this is too low, and I buy something. And then when we see the movement up, then you see immediately the volume going up. We were here around $21,000, $22,000, $23,000 volume, and now we're here $56 volume. So with just a little bit of movement, you see quite a big movements in value, because it's a doubling in value. And I think this is a very interesting level to get into Firstcoin, as when you just buy, say, $3, $6, or $1,200 package, you get a huge amount of coins. Of course, you get your monthly payment on that as a reward, but also just a little bit of movement of the coin from 4 cents to 5 cents, or from 5 cents to 6 cents, or even to 10 cents. That's a huge increase in value of that package. Of course, it's a risk. I mean, that's absolutely clear. And whether you want to take that risk is up to you. Cryptocurrency is risky, like Bitcoin going from 19,000 or nearly 20,000 down to 5,500. We have Firstcoin at the top of nearly $20, and we're now around 5 cents. But as for Firstcoin, I think this is very, very interesting. Also, if you want to get active with Firstcoin and you introduce somebody, you get 10% of what the person, not of his money, but the company gives you 10% of a bonus, as long as that lasts, which also is a lot of coins at this point. And you get your monthly payment. So for example, if you invest $25,000, you get a $2,000 payment every month. So it looks very interesting. On the other hand, like I said, it's risky. We're waiting for news from the company. We're waiting for this app, which together with Forest company, this app, where the app coming onto the market within, I think, a month or 6 weeks, which we can use to pay whatever we want to pay, and we can use the app to pay with Firstcoin or with Mahala coin. So as soon as that happens, as soon as there's really concrete things going to happen in the Firstcoin, one of the plans being more concrete, then I'm sure you will see quite a bit spike and quite a bit jump in the price in a positive sense. Yes, I have a stake in Firstcoin, so I am biased. But if you want to do this and you want some more information, or you want to buy a little or a bit bigger package, you're very welcome. I'll be happy to give you some more information. If you want to work with a team, you're very welcome as well. We are planning to do a bigger move with more people, but we're still in the planning phase for that. And we try to get in touch with management to see if they want to support us with that in an effort to support the price and move it up a little bit. But that's still like I said, in the planning phase. What I said, if you want to do this, if you want to get into it, contact me. Take your own risk, do your own research. It's not financial advice. You have to make your own decision in this. But if you want this, you're very happy, and contact me. Okay, thank you very much.